Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Friday, June 2nd, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Detroit Tigers vs Chicago White Sox. The Tigers head into Chicago on Friday night after losing 2 out of 3 games at home to the AL West leading Texas Rangers. The Tigers have still won 6 of their last 10 games and remain in second place in the AL Central despite having a losing record. On Wednesday, the Tigers fell 3-2 to the Rangers. The series with Texas was far more damaging than wins and losses, however, as the Tigers lost ace Eduardo Rodriguez on Tuesday after rupturing a tendon in his throwing hand and CF Riley Green to a leg injury. I like the White Sox in this matchup with the slumping Tigers. Detroit sends Olsen to the hill to make his first career start, and he will match up against a White Sox team that has nearly its full lineup back in play this weekend. The White Sox are hitting .260 at home this season, with 31 home runs in 28 games. They welcome back Eloy Jimenez to the lineup in their series versus the Guardians, which will bolster the White Sox attack against the rookie Olsen. The Tigers lineup, already one of the poorer lineups in the big leagues, will be without 2/3 of its starting outfield on Friday night and is hitting just .224 on the road this season. After losing 2 of 3 games on the road to the Tigers last week, I like Chicago to bounce back here and get the win. Take the White Sox with the money line. I see this game being a high-scoring affair with a final total in the double digits. Our total pick is over. Los Angeles Angels vs Houston Astros. The Los Angeles Angels have not made the playoffs since 2014, the one and only time in Mike Trout's star-studded career. The Angels have failed to make the playoffs since pairing Trout with another top 5 player in Ohtani. Thus far in 2023, there are signs that this could perhaps be the year. The Angels are playing winning baseball and have one of the best hitting lineups in the league thus far. The Angels come into this series winners of 2 of 3 games in Chicago against the White Sox. The two teams met in Anaheim in May with the Astros taking 2 of 3 from the Angels. Both of tonight's pitchers worked in the series and with similar numbers. Each went 6 innings with Ohtani taking the loss in his outing, while Javier picked up the win in his start. As a team, the Angels won each of Ohtani's first 6 starts on the season, but have gone just 2-2 in his last 4 starts. Ohtani's pitch count will be key in this game, with the flame-throwing righty going over 100 pitches just twice this season, including his lone loss against the Astros. He is just 3-4 in his career against the Astros overall. Javier is 4-1 in 5 career starts against the Angels, with an ERA of 2.65. The Astros have also gotten going at home again after a slow start, going 7-3 in their last 10 home games. Look for the Astros to work the count on Ohtani and force him out after 6 innings and do damage against the Angels' pen. Take the Astros with the money line. The Houston Astros have gotten right back into the thick of the AL West division race, a division they have ruled over for nearly a decade. The team has won 6 out of the last 10 games and have climbed into second place behind the surprising Texas Rangers in the standings. Houston dropped 2 of 3 games to start the week to the AL Central leading Twins at home. Finally, in Los Angeles' last 10 games, the games are averaging 7.4 runs per game, while Houston's are averaging 8.1 runs per game, but this is a better matchup here for the under. Take the under. Cleveland Guardians vs Minnesota Twins. Cleveland finished off Baltimore with a 12-8 win on Wednesday. After consecutive series victories, the Guardians are now just 4.5 games behind the Twins in the AL Central. Can they make up more ground this weekend after losing to the Twins on Thursday? Following series wins over Baltimore and Houston, these teams are hot. With fewer divisional games this season, this figures to be a competitive 4-game set. Will the Twins distance themselves or will the Guardians narrow the gap between these clubs in the AL Central standings? Cleveland is 11-2 in the last 13 meetings between these franchises and 5-1 in its last 6 games in Minnesota. That's likely fresh on the Twins' minds as they welcome the Guardians to Minneapolis. It should serve as motivation for the home team tomorrow. The Twins, 7-3 in their last 10 games versus a starter with a whip less than 1.15, will win straight up on Friday. The Guardians are 2-8 in their last 10 road games versus a right-handed starter and struggled against Ober less than a month ago. He's 1-1 with a 1.64 ERA and 18 strikeouts in 4 career appearances versus Cleveland, with a 13-inning scoreless streak. Civale, meanwhile, is coming off a lengthy stint on the IL. He's struggled against Minnesota in the past too, with a 1-4 record and a 4.20 ERA in 8 career appearances. Will he be able to give the Guardians length and quality innings Friday? Our team pick is Twins money line. Minnesota has its work cut out if it's going to win its division. The AL Central is crowded, with Detroit and Cleveland less than 5 games back. Can it survive the marathon MLB regular season? The Twins have gone over the run total in 2 of their last 3 games. They have scored 7 or more runs in 4 of their last 7 games. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair between these two teams on Friday. Take the over. Colorado Rockies vs Kansas City Royals. The Rockies had won 5 of their last 7 games before they hit the road, but with 3 straight losses to Arizona, they have now lost 6 of their last 7 road games. They will try to turn things around with a win over the Royals, which will give them their 7th win in their last 11 road games. Colorado is averaging 4.49 runs per game. Their .260 batting average is 7th in the league. Their .321 on-base percentage is 16th, while their .407 slugging percentage is 15th. Elias Diaz leads the Rockies with a .321 batting average, while Ryan McMahon leads the team with 8 home runs and 31 RBI. Colorado's pitching is one of the worst in the league, with the team giving up 5.56 runs per game. Opponents have a .275 batting average against the Rockies, which is 29th in the league. Their 5.25 ERA is also 29th, as is their 1.50 whip. In his last start, Anderson gave up 4 hits and 1 run in 5 innings, leading to a 10-7 win over the Mets. They will need a similar effort from him if they want to get the win. The Royals have lost 5 of their last 6 games and 4 of their last 6 home games. Despite their slump, they are playing better than they usually do offensively, scoring 13 runs in their last 4 games. But don't expect them to score a lot of runs in this game because they have struggled against right-handers, and Anderson has looked good on the mound since he was traded to Colorado, giving up only 3 runs in his last 3 starts. He hasn't given up a run on the road this season and will keep Kansas City's offense in check. The Rockies have also struggled in recent games, losing 3 of their last 5 games. Even though they have struggled offensively after scoring only 9 runs in their last 4 road games, expect them to play well offensively in this game, because they have had a lot of success hitting against right-handers. Lyles has been terrible on the mound this season, even at home, where he has given up 17 runs in his last 3 starts. He gave up 12 runs in his last 3 starts against the Rockies, and with Kansas City having the 3rd worst bullpen in the league, they will have a hard time slowing down the Rockies in this game. Go with Colorado to cover the money line. The Royals had their 2-game winning streak snapped by the Cardinals in their last game. They will try to bounce back from the loss with a win over the Rockies, which will give them their 3rd win in their last 4 games and the series lead. Kansas City is averaging 3.95 runs per game. Their .232 batting average is 25th in the league. Their .296 on-base percentage is 30th, while their .385 slugging percentage is 24th. Salvador Perez has been the big bat for the Royals. He leads the team with a .284 batting average, 12 home runs, and 32 RBI. Kansas City's pitching hasn't been good, with the team giving up 5.20 runs per game. Opponents have a .258 batting average against the Royals, which is 25th in the league. Their 5.06 ERA is 28, while their 1.43 whip is 25th. In his last start, Lyles gave up 6 hits and 5 runs in 5 innings, leading to a 12-10 loss to Washington. They will need a significantly better performance from him if they want to win this game. The under is also 4-1 in the last 5 meetings between these teams in Kansas City. Take the under 9 runs. Seattle Mariners vs Texas Rangers. Seattle snapped a 2-game slide as they beat the Yankees in a pitcher's duel in the finale of a 3-game series at home Wednesday night. The Mariners entered Thursday 29-27 on the year and stood 4th in the AL West, 6.5 games behind the Rangers for the top spot in the division race. On Wednesday, Seattle finished with only 5 hits, as Julio Rodriguez was the lone player with 2. Cal Raleigh drove in the game's only run with a walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 10th inning. George Kirby didn't factor in the decision as he threw 8 scoreless frames, allowing 3 hits with no walks and 7 strikeouts. Justin Topa, 1-2, earned the win with a scoreless 10th inning, allowing 1 hit with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. He worked out of a bases-loaded, 1-out situation in the top of the 10th before Raleigh's hit. The Rangers have played solid ball even with Seager missing time earlier this season and Jacob deGrom out for more than a month with an injury. Gray has been terrific, winning his last 4 starts and has allowed just 3 earned runs total in those 4 outings. Castillo is the clear ace of the Mariners' rotation, especially with Robbie Ray done for the year, and he'll battle to keep Seattle in the game. In the end, however, you have to take into consideration how dangerous the Rangers lineup is compared to the Mariners. That's enough to give Texas the advantage in what should be a well-pitched contest in the opener of this series. Our team pick is Texas Rangers. Texas missed a chance to sweep the Tigers on the road as they fell for just the 3rd time in 12 games Wednesday afternoon. The Rangers entered Thursday 35-20 on the season and held a 3-game lead over the Astros in the AL West race. On Wednesday, Texas had opportunities but failed to cash in on them, sending them to defeat. Corey Seager, Nathaniel Lowe, RBI, and Josh Young, run, each had 2 hits to pace the 11-hit attack, only to end up with just a pair of runs. The Rangers were 3 of 10 with runners in scoring position and left 10 runners on base in the game. Dane Dunning, 4-1, took the loss as he threw 5 innings, allowing 3 runs on 7 hits with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Take the under, 8.5 runs.